Hi everyone, it's so nice to be here on this live webinar with Melissa Carvajal from Hyatt Hotels. I'm very excited for this session today because Melissa and Hyatt is a customer, and it will be a lovely, lovely time to introduce the loyalty program and how they use Antavo, how they define success, and what the loyalty program itself looks like. My name is Zsuzsa Kecsmar, and I'm one of the co-founders of Antavo and Chief Strategy Officer. And Antavo is a software as a service to run your loyalty programs powered by AI, only focusing on the technology. So this is what we do every single day, focus on the piece of loyalty program technology that we are developing. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself. What is exactly your role? And please tell a bit about the loyalty program too.
Sure. I'm Melissa Carvajal. Like you said, I'm the director of B2B loyalty for Hyatt's Inclusive Collection, which is a select group of our hotels at Hyatt. And our team really runs, a program that rewards the travel advisors. So every time they book through our preferred partners, they can earn points and redeem for items through the loyalty program.
Yes, and we find that very inspiring because oftentimes the influencers of a purchase are overlooked, but not in this case because here are the influencers of the purchase. Those are the ones who are rewarded. I have a slide about where the inclusive collection is in the world of Hyatt. Please tell a bit more about this chart, what we see in front of us. This is from Hyatt's website.
Yeah, so Hyatt, recently launched a brand-led structure that has several different collections, as you can see, luxury, lifestyle, inclusive, classics, and essentials. Our program is for the inclusive collection, which is several brands you see here for every price point. And it's really committed to providing the core service of Hyatt's well-being, culinary, luxury, but with everything all included.
That sounds very nice. And what we should detail today is how it looks like. So this is our title today, Confidant Rewards by Hyatt Inclusive Collection, a seamless booking-based tier system that keeps participation high. So I would like to share one slide about the most important things of the loyalty program. And after that, I would like to ask you to share your screen and then walk us through how this loyalty program looks like. But this is if it needs to be summed up in one single slide, this is how we can sum up the loyalty program. It's championing the success of travel advisors with multiple tiers, with a learning experience that is incentivized and perks. Before I would go to the results, please tell us a bit more context about this first part.
Yeah, so I think one of the key things is having tiers. It's very common in a B2C environment, but not so much in B2B hospitality programs. So we wanted to have a program that we could launch from the very beginning that incentivized people that book more and give them more. And it was a little bit more complex because we're using room nights traveled in a particular year to get to those tiers. So we were happy that Antavo was actually able to program that from us to launch it from the beginning. And then second, you can't sell the resorts if you don't know the resorts. So we have a confidant learning program within our travel advisor site that I'll show you in a minute. And we make sure that those interact. So you need to have a certified confidant learning as well as some room nights in confidant rewards to get a higher discount for travel advisor rates because everyone wants to travel to the resorts. Additionally, perks, in addition to points, we have a lot of different exclusive offers and freebies that we give our advisors along the way with the program to keep them engaged.
Very nice, thank you. And the next, this next paragraph is about the results. Well, I will let you go into details. And this also like helps people understand which are the important things for you as a business when thinking of your loyalty program.
Yeah, absolutely. These results for 2024 year end, we launched in 2023. So we're really proud that we were able to year over year increase the bookings through the program by 43% and our revenue within the program by 42%. Additionally, 32,000 advisors in US and Canada opted in. Since this, we've actually launched in UK and we're about to launch in Latin America. So these numbers are just going to continue to increase. But, I want to just kind of point in that it was really Antavo's technical flexibility that was able to get us to this level because we are unique, but we're able to use a lot of things off the shelf as well and just tweak them a little bit to launch without a lot of difficulties. I saw in the question someone said, how long did it take to implement? It was approximately 7 months. And that was because we had to also build a whole new website.
And it's great that you are pointing this out, these questions, because I would like to encourage everyone watching this right now that feel free to ask your questions. We are streaming this on multiple channels, and in the channel where you are in, be it the webinar platform or LinkedIn, post your question and it will appear magically in front of our own eyes. And this question just appeared from William, and this is what Melissa already answered. How long implementation was for you? And then 7 months, that's actually, I would say it's quite nice for Hyatt, which is a large organization.
Pretty much record speeds and we had a program prior, so we had to migrate all that data plus launch a new platform. So 7 months is pretty remarkable.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And okay, so at this point, I think it would be a nice time if you could share your screen. And actually, I'm helping you with that. So
yes.
If you could share your screen and show us what is the end user experience, which in this case is the experience of the travel advisors. These are the people who are booking the trips for their own clients, who are the people who want to travel. Okay, so we should be able to see your screen now.
Great.
Yeah, I will let you do your thing now.
So we are on our advisor site, which is a closed network that advisors can log into. And once they're on the site, they can get to all of our different resources like we talked about the hotels, as well as the education program where they can become certified. And then, of course, rewards, which is one of the biggest drivers for advisors to come to the site. Immediately on the pages, they can see how they're doing towards their next tier. So I'm an inclusive influencer, and it's letting me know if I book, 305 more nights, I can get to the next level of icon. On this page, we really have everything in one place. I want to kind of note that we have developed this so it's mobile friendly and tablet friendly. Our advisors access from everywhere that they're traveling, so we need to make it easier for them to access our page. They have the rules and regulations, and then they can submit a booking. We do reward points both on direct bookings and through tour operators. So they can provide who they're making a booking with, and then they add their booking number, guest name, the dates, they select the brand of the hotel they're booking and which resort they're booking, and they can submit that. Once the booking is traveled, it will, see if it is qualifying for rewards. Once they submit those bookings, it's really easy for a travel advisor to go in and see every booking that they've submitted, and this can be multiple pages. And they'll see what we call the rewards booking request number, the booking number they submitted, and the first and last name of the guest, as well as the travel. After travel, they can be confirmed or rejected. And if they're confirmed and valid, they receive points. I want to go back to this page. and show the most important thing in a rewards program, which is redeeming. So once you have those points that you receive on qualifying nights, you can redeem for travel. And this is an integrated travel engine. So they just click on here and can book any of our inclusive collection properties, and the points are automatically deducted from their account, and they can travel to those resorts that are available. Additionally, we have a cash merchandise and more option. This is where advisors can redeem for cash cards like MasterCards or gift cards to thousands of different retailers. There's also merchandise. You can get everything from Apple to a refrigerator delivered, and these stores are customized based on the advisor's location. So there's a UK version, a US version, a Canada version, and more. So they can get merchandise delivered direct to their door, or they can actually put in any address and send it as a gift to their clients or to their friends and family. So they can really redeem for anyone.
And I also know, and it's, I think, very interesting to point out that besides being able to reward anyone like themselves or their family members, they can also reward their own customers, right?
Correct.
Tell,
We
tell a bit
actually
more about this.
Yeah, we see that a lot. So within this cash merchandise and more, there's a few options that we see redeem for their clients all the time. One is they can redeem for spa certificates at our resorts. So they want to give their special clients a little extra special vacation. They can redeem for a certificate, provide it to their clients, and they can get a spa treatment and resort. Additionally, we have a lot of branded merchandise with high inclusive collection on there and perhaps the name of the hotel. Let's say it's Dreams Resorts and Spa. You could send them a nice package of a Dreams Resorts and Spa bag, as well as a bag tag, so that when they're traveling, they have a little something special. So we're seeing a lot of redemptions for clients that advisors are giving them a little bit more for their vacation.
So it means that it's not only B2B in a way that you engage the travel advisors, but it's B2B to C because you have the travel advisors to engage their own customers. So
Correct.
those customers would pick these travel advisors who gave them those very amazing deals, which can be the spa treatment or the branded merchandise. It's so nice, very nice.
Another thing I want to point out is when advisors redeem for travel, they're going, for a vacation, but they're also going to see the resorts. So it gives them knowledge to sell it to their client. And we do see after they're staying at these resorts that they're selling that property 4 times more after they stay at it.
What?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. Additionally, we have on the site, a quick link to Confidant Connect. That's our monthly email that provides all the promotions we have for the program, for travel advisor rates, for direct commission, and more. So every month there's different incentives for the program. And at the bottom, we have, what our tiers are, how many room nights advisors need to book to reach the next tier. And it's a standard tier system where the more they book, the more they earn. So as you can see, an insider receives 10% more points, an influencer 20% more points, and an icon 30% more points. And I'm an influencer, and it just kind of shows your total points available and total points redeemed, and if there's any total points expiring this month. We looked at the registered bookings earlier, but there's also a place that they can get a little bit more information on their point history. And this really comes in handy when perhaps there's a booking that it's confirmed, but no points were provided. So it'll give them the reason why there are no points provided. This one, for example, rate code is ineligible. A complimentary stay doesn't earn points, and there's a few other things like that. And then this one, a tour operator that was ineligible. But then you'll see those that are accepted and more information about those. So it gives advisors everything in one place. And because they can have hundreds of bookings, they can easily export it and sort it as necessary.
This looks amazing and it looks so easy, but even though it's looking easy, it doesn't mean like small scale because it's huge scale. So I know about the scale, but then please share us more about that so everyone knows about this. So how many hotels are participating and in what geographies? Because I know it's like quite wide.
Yeah, so we have 11 brands within Inclusive Collection in over 140 resorts across Latin America, Caribbean, and Europe. And it's growing every day.
That sounds really nice. And with the challenge of B2B loyalty programs, we actually have a question that I'm adding to the stream so everyone can see it. Mike is saying, I think it's really interesting to combine loyalty with B2B. What do you think? Well, I'm putting this there again because we couldn't really read it. So I'm doing this again. What do you think were the specific challenges that you faced? So the question here relates to like more typically B2C loyalty programs, but this is B2B.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of challenges. One is we had an existing program. So we had an existing program since 2014. So to get those advisors to log into a new site and try a new program, is always a little bit challenging. It adds a few more steps in their day versus what they're used to. So the whole migration process was one of the challenges that we had, but we were able to overcome it with lots of communication, webinars, trainings, etc. The other is because we're B2B, we're not just selling to direct. So we had to create on our side a whole validation process of what bookings from what tour operators qualify for us to even send over to Antavo. And we wanted to do that within our own system because of challenges we faced with our former partner. So those were kind of the two biggest challenges, is just kind of the tech needs and then the needs of making sure that we could easily migrate thousands of advisors from one program to the next.
It must have been a stressful time. These
Yes.
times are usually stressful. But
Yes.
you are over that, and then you are running the loyalty program. And someone asked this question, Lisa asked this question. Do you think that you've achieved all the goals that you've set up? And we talked about this briefly, about the results that you saw. So can you answer this question related to like what were the results that you were looking for and what we see on screen? Did it meet your expectation, exceed your expectation?
Exceed. We were really, when you go through a migration, thought we might lose advisors in the beginning and then gain some later and maybe have a net 10%, and we were way over that. Additionally, we did see the tier implemented strategy work. It really drove advisors to want to get to the next level so that they were engaging more and adding more of their bookings. So maybe not thousands of more advisors, but those advisors adding more of their bookings to the program. So we exceeded our year one. And this year so far, we have some pretty lofty goals and we're on target as well. So we're excited that we've been able to launch something that we feel is successful.
That's really nice to hear. If there was like, emojis here that I could click on, I would be clicking on the clapping emoji. All right. I would like us to talk a bit about this. This is an anonymized Hyatt platform view, and this shows a part of the workflow editor. Please tell us more about what this means. This is part of the Antavo platform, and some members of your team are looking at this day to day and using this editor day to day.
Yeah, so as I kind of explained before, we do a little bit of the validation on our side before we send it to Ontavo, and that's really if the booking is submitted within our parameters and a few other key details to match the booking. But then we send everything over to Ontavo, where they're really looking at what qualifies and what doesn't based on country. So does a tour operator qualify? Does a rate code qualify? And then if so, is it a direct booking because those are in double? So we kind of go through a whole flow of what qualifies and what doesn't, and then what tier level they're in to get to, ultimately what percentage on top of the base they may be earning.
There are a couple of more views from the Antavo platform, and this is a more generic platform view because we didn't want to share, of course, Hyatt sensitive information. And this, for example, is a loyalty program member's profile, in this case, Teresa Ross. And we can see here which are the points that this person collected, how is redeeming it. And this one is, again, a generic platform view, which shows reward management. And in this case, there is 10% off on plants, seeds, and bulbs. So it's like definitely not Hyatt related.
Right.
And the reason I'm showing these is that it's different team members that are looking at the Antavo platform during their day-to-day. Can you share with us who is the team who is looking at Antavo, and what is that you do when looking at Antavo? Because I'm sure that you do different things, like each team member does different things.
Yeah, correct. So our team kind of handles the strategy, marketing, and promotions within Antavo. So they're really going in day to day to create the campaign workflows, which is our favorite place to be, as well as any of the reporting that we're doing on a monthly basis. But we also have a sales support team that's using it anytime an advisor has a question about their points or their redemptions. They can go in there and easily see the events and be able to provide them information. And then lastly, our IT team, of course, is involved to make sure everything flows through for us, through our APIs, et cetera.
All right, thank you for sharing about this. And while we are at the platform, please tell us more about how do you measure the Antavo platform's success? Because it's always, like for us at least, it's always two things. We need to make sure that the loyalty program is successful as a loyalty program provider, but it's really not up to us. It's more like about the strategy that you have. And we also need to make sure that the platform runs smoothly and people know how to best take advantage of their respective responsibilities and opportunities on the platform. So tell us more about how do you measure the success of the Antavo platform?
Yeah, so we really looked at several things based on past experience. So one was implementation efficiency. How long does it take to launch, especially new features? We knew that we weren't going to set it and forget it, that we wanted to continue to evolve the program as we evolved. So we wanted to see how long does it take to launch new features, and then what is the ease of integration of those features, which kind of goes into technical flexibility. Again, we want to adapt and evolve as we grow or the market changes. So that was another thing we looked at. Stability and support. We don't want our program to go down. It's very important that we have also technical support when things happen, which we have great support and release management. And then I think last is just really having a program that has great adoption and satisfaction internally. We have teams that are not IT background, who were not familiar with workflows, who are able to easily go in and learn about the program and how to use it. So that was important for us as well.
And one of the questions that people from the audience asked is related to that. So you've been through replatforming from an old platform to a new platform, which in this case is Antavo. So I'm adding this to the stream so everyone can see that. Now I'm doing it. If you could recommend, Jake is asking, if you could recommend one thing to others looking to replatform or launch their first loyalty program, what would that be?
Oh gosh, one thing.
One thing. I know it must be difficult to recommend one thing. If
I
you want
think
to say two things, then say two things. I'm sure Jake will be happy about that too.
I think having a really defined strategy before
Yeah.
building something is key. Like, what is your goal and how are you going to get there? Because there's a lot of ways to get there, but to have the strategy of what you want to accomplish, Antavo is a great partner at discussing the best path to get there. Some of the things I visualized before we partnered, we chose to do another way because there was an easier solution. So it was really just what's the ultimate strategy? What are we trying to drive?
Nice. All right. And well, the next question is related to this too, from Isabella. What was the most difficult challenge about deciding your loyalty program strategy? And I'm so happy that I left this question to here because you were just talking about that, how important the loyalty strategy is. If it's like maybe the most important thing, that is the one driving everything, execution comes after that. So, what was the most difficult challenge about deciding your
Well,
loyalty program strategy?
yeah, I think the challenges you have for us, we're launching in different markets globally, and different advisors have different needs and different things that they want to achieve. So it's really trying to define a core strategy that you can globalize. Luckily, another reason we chose Ontavo is we're able to customize things by country. If there's something that, is more of a driver in one country versus another, we can customize it that way. So it's really, looking at that strategy on what's going to make people be engaged with the program and engaged with our product.
Like a bit of a fun fact about how this multi-country support came. So we are Europeans as creators of Antavo. And I think it's a benefit here. It's a benefit here because we think of very strong privacy regulations and we think of multi-country by default. So it's been years how the Antavo platform was developed like this, according to these priorities. And I'm so happy that it was one of the differentiating factors for you. All right. A couple of more questions, and I'm also conscious of time. We will run for 5, 7, 10 more minutes. We don't have a hard stop, but this is what we promised. And feel free to ask more questions wherever you are watching this, either on the webinar streaming or on LinkedIn. Just type your questions and it will magically appear in front of us. Okay, so there's one thing that we covered a bit, but let me add it to the stream. Chelsea is asking, agents can redeem for their clients. Do they actually do this? We covered this a bit, but please tell a bit more about this.
They do. They do. We don't have a percentage because we can't always see who the end user is. In the spa, we do see a lot that it's a client versus an advisor booking that they're redeeming for these. And we do see a lot of different addresses when they're sending emails of gift cards and other things through the redemptions. But yeah, they are actually redeeming and they would like to redeem even more. They want to make their clients travel as special as possible.
Yeah, but we also see, you just said that if they're redeeming for themselves, that's very nice.
Yeah, we
Because,
want them to redeem for themselves as well. We're rewarding them, and how they choose to use it is up to them.
okay, so you showed us a couple of features, and we also talked about a couple of features here, but like very briefly about tiers, the learning, and the perks. But there is one question that I'm adding to the stream again. It's from Tom. What is your favorite feature, Melissa?
Oh gosh, how to Well, I think that my favorite feature is always the next one that we haven't launched yet. So I know that Antavo launched the club feature, and we're looking at putting that on our wall of work so that we can offer that. It'd be amazing for advisors within an agency to be able to pool points and use them for each other. So yeah, that's something we're really looking forward to. So of course we have a million features I love today, but I'm always looking for the next one.
I can totally understand that. Okay. We talk. I'm checking my notes if I asked all the things that I wanted to ask from you. Oh, yes. So I've heard from my colleague, who is our head of customer success, Sarah, that every year you organize an event in a special destination for your top agents.
We
Did I
do.
hear that right? And tell us more about this.
Yes, so the top 100 advisors within our top tier, the Icon, are invited to a recognition and reward event at one of our resorts, where they learn more and are also recognized and able to relax with executives. So we are launching soon a tier tracker in our page so that they can see if they're tracking towards that trip each year. So it's a really great event, and we want those advisors to want to attend.
I think so. I can totally understand that. All right. So to sum it up, Hyatt's Inclusive Collection has this amazing loyalty program, Confidant Rewards, which is a B2B loyalty program for travel advisors who are the true influencers of booking a trip. Sometimes you're the ones who are booking the trip. And Hyatt was really able to tap into capturing their attention. So they would also enjoy their perks of like actually going there and experiencing the hotel experience. And then there is this, did you say that it's 4 times more likely?
Yes.
They will be 4 times more likely to recommend that specific hotel if they themselves experience it. But instead of like handing out these hotel experiences to the travel advisors, Melissa's team makes them work by getting to that specific tier. So it's like a win-win-win for everyone. These travel advisors can also give these experiences to their own customers. So this is how it's like a big overarching B2B2C loyalty program. And I'm so happy that you said that with the Antavo platform, all these multiple countries, multiple tiers are possible. And then you were happy with how the Replatform went because you went from a previous platform to our new platform. This is a good story.
It's a great story, and you got it.
That's perfect. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to share, Melissa, with our audience? Any last piece of advice or some interesting story that you would like to share about the loyalty
Yeah,
program or your members?
I have a couple of fun stories. So I think one is that we had an advisor recently reach out about, a commission question. We noticed that she had a lot of bookings but weren't registering them with the program. And she went, I guess, from zero to hero, registering her bookings, and is going to be Icon already. So, and in the running for the top 100. So that's awesome to get people engaged like that. And then another, I think, fun story, and I'll keep the information kind of private, but we had an advisor in Canada whose child has a rare disease. And in the redemption, we also have the ability to redeem for charities. And the charity for that disease is there. And there's a few times a year we match the points that people redeem for those charities. So we were able to match and provide even more of a donation to that charity. So just a few feel goods that make us want to continue to even drive more engagement through the program.
That's amazing. Congratulations for all these and looking behind the numbers actually and being generous of everything what you do. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. If you would like to learn more about Hyatt's loyalty program in a way that you would read it, then please download the case study by scanning this QR code. And of course, you can also request an Antavo demo. We would be very happy to show you what the platform is capable of, either if you're launching a new program or if you are replatforming your existing loyalty program, just like how Melissa's team has done it. All right, so that's that. Thank you everyone for watching, and then see you next time. Thank you so much, Melissa, for
Thank
being
you.
here and sharing your story. Bye, everyone.
Bye.